Under the bright lights of Bangkok's entertainment scene, both Yongyut and Oat Pasakorn were known as the perfect duo. Always laughing, always supporting each other, always looking like nothing could ever break them. But people didn't know. Behind the camera, behind the fan signs, behind every smile, there was a truth hidden so deeply that even they were afraid to touch it. This is the story. Watch to the end to feel the full emotional journey and K-drama atmosphere. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. Boat had always been the soft one. Gentle, caring, emotional in ways he tried to hide. Oat was the opposite. Confident, playful, a little too sarcastic for his own good. To fans, they were brothers, co-workers, best friends. But to Boat, Oat was something else. Something he couldn't explain. Something he didn't dare to name. Because Boat carried a secret that could destroy everything. Boat liked both men and women. He wasn't fully comfortable saying it. He wasn't even sure if he was allowed to be honest in their industry. So he kept quiet. But his silence came with a price. Every time Oat looked at him for too long, every time Oat stood too close, every time Oat laughed and placed a hand on his shoulder, Boat felt something he wasn't supposed to feel. And Oat, he was straight. Or at least that's what Boat believed. Until the night everything began to crumble. It happened after fan meet. The crowd was loud. The cheers were overwhelming. Boat felt exhausted but happy. Oat nudged him playfully. Bro, stop smiling like you're in love. Boat froze. If only Oat knew. But before he could reply, Oat's phone buzzed. His face changed. The playful energy disappeared instantly. Boat didn't mean to look, but the phone screen flashed long enough for him to see a name. A woman's name. A woman Boat had never heard of. Oat quickly hid his phone. Hey, I'll catch up later, he said, avoiding Boat's eyes. And just like that, he walked away. Boat didn't think much of it. Until the messages kept coming. Oat began disappearing often. Sneaking out during rehearsals. Receiving calls late at night. Returning to practice looking stressed, like he was carrying a weight too big to hide. Boat wanted to ask. He wanted to know. Because something felt wrong. But he was scared. If he asked too much, people would start questioning why he cared so deeply. One evening, after a long shoot, Boat found Oat sitting alone in the dressing room. Head down. Hands shaking. Eyes red. As if he had been crying. Boat swallowed. Oh, what happened? Silence. Then, Oat whispered. I messed up. Boat sat beside him slowly. What do you mean? Oat looked up, tears barely held back. I'm straight, Boat, but I've been cheating on my girlfriend. Boat felt the world tilt. He didn't even know Oat had a girlfriend. Does she know? Boat asked gently. She found out and she's threatening to expose everything. Boat's heart dropped. A scandal like that would ruin Oat. Ruin their work. Ruin their entire partnership. Oat covered his face. I don't know what to do. I didn't want the relationship to be public. I didn't want fans to judge. So I hid her. I hid everything. And now everything is falling apart. Boat wanted to comfort him. He wanted to pull him close. He wanted to take away the pain. But he couldn't. Instead, he placed a hand on Oat's shoulder. Oat, you're not alone. We'll fix this. Oat shook his head. I don't deserve you. You always stay. Even when He paused. Even when I treat you like you don't matter. Boat's heart ached. If only Oat knew he mattered to Boat more than anyone. Boat wanted to tell him. He wanted to confess everything. I'm different. I'm not who you think. I like you more than I should. But he couldn't. Not when Oat was already breaking. Not when their world was at risk of collapsing. Instead, Boat smiled softly. You have to be honest, Oat. With your partner. And with yourself. Oat looked up, confused. What do you mean with myself? Boat's breath caught. Was Oat asking more than he realized? But before Boat could respond, a staff member entered the room. Boys, management needs to see you. Now. The moment passed. Boat's truth slipped back into the shadows. The next day, rumors exploded online. A mysterious woman. Secret meetings. Hidden arguments. A potential breakup. Fans were confused. Some defended Oat. Others attacked him. Some blamed Boat, claiming he knew something. The pressure grew. Management panicked. Schedules changed. Security increased. Oat withdrew from everyone. Everyone except Boat. But the distance between them was growing, even when they stood side by side. It finally happened during a rehearsal. Boat was practicing lines when Oat suddenly grabbed his arm. "Can we talk?" Boat nodded, heart racing. Oat's voice trembled. "She said she'll leak the cheating story in 2 days." Boat froze. "Oat, listen." "Boat, why do you stay?" Oat asked suddenly. "Why do you always stand by me even when I hurt you?" Boat stepped back, startled. "What are you talking about?" "I see how you look at me," Oat whispered. "And I don't know what it means. I don't know if I'm imagining it. But it scares me, because part of me doesn't want to lose you." Boat felt like someone had ripped open his chest. Oat continued, voice shaking. "Tell me the truth. Do you feel something for me?" Boat's breath trembled. It's complicated." Oat's eyes softened. "Boat, are you?" Boat swallowed hard. He had carried this secret for so long. "Yes," Boat whispered finally. "I like men and women. I've been hiding it for years." Oat didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't judge. He simply stared at Boat with an expression Boat couldn't read. But then, Oat stepped closer. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because you're straight," Boat whispered. "And because I didn't want to lose the only person I trusted." Oat exhaled deeply. "I'm straight, Boat, but that doesn't mean I don't care about you." Boat looked away. "That's not enough." Oat suddenly pulled him into a tight embrace. "Maybe not, but I'm trying." Boat froze. Oat had never hugged him like this. Never held him like this. Never trembled in his arms like this. For the first time, Boat realized Oat wasn't just guilty. He was scared. Of losing his girlfriend. Of losing himself. Of losing Boat. And maybe, just maybe, Oat's heart wasn't as straight as he claimed. But life wasn't a Kdrama where everything magically falls into place. The next morning, management made an announcement.
No scandals. No emotions. No personal secrets.
The boys must distance themselves publicly until the situation cools down. Boat felt his chest cave in. Distance? From Oat? After last night? Oat looked at Boat helplessly, but he had no choice. He had to obey, or risk destroying everything. For the next few days, Boat watched Oat from afar. Silent, stressed, hurting. And every time Boat wanted to approach him, staff pulled them apart. The world wanted a clean image, a perfect duo.
No mess. No secrets. No truths.
But inside, Boat and Oat were unraveling. The girl finally broke her silence. But instead of attacking, she shocked everyone. She released a statement saying, someone else made Oat lose control. Someone he didn't expect. Someone who confused him. Fans went crazy. Who was she referring to? Boat panicked. He knew the truth. She had seen their interactions. She had seen Oat's eyes when he looked at Boat. She had sensed something emotional between them. A love triangle neither of them asked for. Boat confronted Oat quietly. Oat, did she mean me? Oat didn't answer right away. Then he whispered, I don't know what I feel yet, Boat, but you're the only person I can't walk away from. Boat felt his heart break and heal at the same time. Because Oat wasn't choosing him. But he wasn't letting him go either. And in the world of K-dramas, that's how the most complicated love stories begin. Watch to the end to feel the full emotional journey and K-drama atmosphere. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. The moment Oat said those words, you're the only person I can't walk away from, Boat felt something heavy move inside him. It wasn't happiness. It wasn't sadness. It was something in between, something dangerous. Because when someone you love says they can't leave, but still can't choose you, your heart becomes trapped between hope and heartbreak. Boat didn't know which side he was on anymore. Management's new rules were strict.
No touching. No whispering.
No private meetings.
No suspicious closeness.
But even with all those rules, Boat and Oat couldn't stop looking at each other across rooms, across sets, across everything. It was like their hearts were speaking silently, louder than their voices could. And the more they tried to act normal, the more people noticed something was different. Oat had changed. He wasn't as playful, wasn't as loud, wasn't as comfortable with anyone except Boat. Every time Boat entered a room, Oat's eyes found him first. Every time Boat left, Oat's gaze followed him until he disappeared. People noticed the tension, the silence, the way they shifted around each other like magnets trying to behave. Rumors started again. But this time it wasn't about the girlfriend. This time, fans whispered things Oat wasn't ready to hear. Is Oat questioning his feelings? Is there something emotional between them? Why do they look like they're hurting when they're apart? And suddenly, the lie Oat tried to hide, the lie he told himself, started unraveling. Maybe he wasn't as straight as he always believed. And that thought scared him more than anything. It was late. The building was quiet. Most of the staff had gone home. Boat stayed behind to rehearse alone, trying to distract himself from the chaos of emotions in his chest. That's when Oat entered the room. He didn't knock, didn't speak, didn't even breathe loudly. Boat looked up, surprised. Oat, you're not supposed to. I don't care, Oat said quietly. Boat froze. Oat stepped closer, his voice trembling. I can't sleep. I can't think. I can't focus on anything, because my heart won't calm down unless I'm close to you. Boat felt the air leave his lungs. This wasn't the playful boy he used to tease. This wasn't the confident man who always joked around. This was Oat. Raw, scared, and honest in a way he had never been before. Oat, you're confused, Boat whispered, trying to protect him from himself. But Oat shook his head.
No.
I'm confused because I feel something, and I don't know if I'm allowed to feel it. Boat stepped back, tears forming. You have a girlfriend. Had. Oat corrected softly. She left. She said she can't stay with someone whose heart is somewhere else. Boat swallowed hard. And where is your heart, Oat? Oat looked at him with eyes full of truth. You. Boat's breath caught. But I don't know what that means yet, Oat added honestly. I don't know if it's love, or guilt, or fear of losing you, but I know something is pulling me toward you, and I can't pretend it's not there anymore. Boat closed his eyes. Hearing those words felt like standing in the middle of a storm, terrifying but strangely beautiful. Oat, if you let this become real, everything changes, Boat whispered. People will judge. The industry will panic. Fans will fight. Management will separate us. Oat stepped closer until their foreheads almost touched. I'd rather lose the world than lose the only person who never gave up on me. Boat's heart cracked, because he had dreamed of those words, but not like this. Not when everything was falling apart. Still, he whispered back. Then don't walk away. The next morning, the world changed. Boat and Oat didn't hide. They didn't distance themselves. They didn't act like strangers. For the first time since the scandal began, they walked into the studio together, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, not holding hands, but close enough that everyone felt the shift. Management panicked. Staff whispered. Fans exploded online, confused and emotional. Some celebrated their bond. Some accused Boat of turning Oat. Some accused Oat of using Boat emotionally. Some said they were lying for attention. But no matter how loud the world became, Boat and Oat stayed close. They didn't kiss. They didn't confess publicly. They didn't make anything official. But the way Oat's hand brushed Boat's arm, the way Boat smiled at Oat when he thought no one was watching, the way Oat looked at Boat like he had finally found something he didn't know he was searching for, it was enough. The beginning of something no one could define yet, not even them. But one thing was clear. Whatever they were becoming, whatever their hearts were creating, it was real. And this was only the beginning. Watch to the end to feel the full emotional journey and Kdrama atmosphere. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes.